welcome. We are here with Julaine Quirk, and I've known Julaine for a couple of years, so this is the next edition of the Volunteer Corner that Glenn normally does, but I'm going to step in for a bit this week. I'm Jane Roy, and with us, Julaine, and I've known Julaine for, you've been volunteering for how long?
Oh, close to 10 years.
10 years, wow.
Close to 10 years.
Close to 10 years. So you've been coming for close to 10 years, and so have you done the same job all the time, or how did that work out?
When I first started, I was doing the hampers and the sorting at the back.
Yeah.
And then I asked if there was something I could come on a specific day.
Yeah.
And so I've been doing extras since then.
Okay. And so extras is what?
I pack, usually it's bread, eggs, and milk. And then anything else that might happen to come in, like a dessert or
something else.
Extras. Extras. Yeah, extras. Just what it says.
So, like you normally come once a week, and so I pulled you from your shift. We had to get people, and it's really busy today.
That's correct.
So, do you love what you do?
I love it. Yeah, I really enjoy it. Yeah.
And why?
Why? Well, I love. The reason I came to the Food Bank in the first place was because I wanted somewhere where I wanted to do something where I could help out.
Yeah.
And so, I feel like I'm helping out.
Yeah.
There's a great need, as you well know, in the community, and also the other volunteers that work make it a great place to be, because there's a little camaraderie, and it's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're part of the Thursday morning crew, so we've already met Peter, and we've already met Susie, and we've already met some of the folks, but that crew's been together for quite a while, isn't it?
Yes.
And it's pretty amazing. So you came to help out 10 years ago. Have you noticed like any huge differences between then and now?
It's a whole lot busier. Yeah, it's a whole lot busier consistently. When I first started on extras, there'd be days or times in part of the day that it would be busy. Yeah. But now it's busier overall. Yeah, that's what I find.
Yeah. I mean, numbers wise, we actually 10 years ago would have been 2014. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I would expect we were helping about between 1,500 and 2,000 families a month. Now we're up at 6,000, almost 6,000
That's why
families.
It feels busier, obviously.
It's just in terms of those things. But so and the other thing when you talk about it being consistently, I remember there'd be lots of times before I used to walk by, say hi, and you'd be sitting there with your book.
Yes,
or reading, or phone.
Yeah,
okay, the phone.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen you do that in the past couple of years.
No, I might get a quick look. For this example, this morning I was on my way here driving, and the phone just went off like it was one thing after. I thought it was exploding, and one of my friends was contacting me from Windsor. So,
oh wow!
But I haven't had a chance to look at it, just other than to know who had sent it all.
Yeah. And that's the testament to just how busy it is. But have you noticed the difference? Has there been any difference with the amount of food going out, or some of those kind of things that you've noticed? Or
I think there's the usual extras, but I would say that there's other stuff being donated that on a consistent basis that seems to be going out.
Yeah.
I think of the one cake company that donates the individual pieces or whatever, and I there's more extras. Yeah.
So what's interesting about where so we get milk and eggs, and everybody gets the milk and eggs. So
That's right.
that we actually buy that.
I only became aware of that, really. I thought maybe a company was donating it, but yes, I became aware of that after a while.
Yeah, so some of the milk is actually donated through a program with Feed Ontario, the provincial association. But like when people give us money and we spend money on food, milk and eggs is a very cheap form of protein. But so we're able to do what we do because London's so generous, which is great. But with the bread products, those are all donated. And so if you see people donating things, and that comes from like Costco and Canada Bread and the company you're talking about, which has been like, that's what allows us to help 6,000 families a month, almost extra.
And we would obviously consider milk and eggs a staple.
Yep.
Some I would think, I'm just thinking out loud here, some of the food banks may not be able to, they wouldn't have the means to hand out.
Some of the smaller ones, some of the smaller ones in particular. But so they're not, even though we call it extras, they're not necessarily extras.
It was a must-have.
Yeah.
There's always eggs and milk in my house.
But one of the things so you also, with the food that comes through, you will also go, oh, this bread product from the company doesn't have food information on it.
That's right. Yes.
And so what happens to that?
Well, it doesn't go out in the extras.
Yeah.
After that, I'm not too sure what happens,
Oh,
but
don't.
it doesn't go out in the extras.
So what happens to the food? So of course, the Middlesex London Health Unit is, and so we have to abide by food safety guidelines and those kind of things. So if there's no product information on it, that goes to the volunteer room.
Oh, that, yeah.
Yeah, so
well, and I know some of that does.
so
like
we-
if I get
or we have
something
to
that's,
get it out.
looks like it's been opened.
Yeah.
Yes, I do. Like, well, for me, it's the desserts sometimes. The
Yeah.
desserts are open, and so
Yeah.
they go to the staff.
They do. They do go to the staff room. And then I love walking by after some of those companies have brought the fresh bread and you can smell it. Oh, it smells so good. And I guess the only other thing for me to let people know, well, obviously volunteers and others know, is that when we get the product, it often gets frozen. So even though the date is maybe, it looks like it's expired, is not,
Yes,
because
it's
we're
not.
actually, we're treating it, we're following those health things. which
That's
is
a
really-
well, yeah.
Yeah, but you're in a really important part of making sure that that gets covered
Yes,
as well,
yeah.
because obviously we want to make sure we give out good food. What's your favorite thing about the food bank so far?
The people.
The people?
Yeah, the people and the
Yeah,
helping. Yeah, that's
yeah.
that. Yeah.
So 10 years, that's been amazing. Thank
Yeah.
you for all of that.
Yes.
And I guess here's to another 10
Yeah,
years.
well, and I know I'm not the only one, but I know sometimes you have to put out a sort of an SOS for people to fill in on shifts. You know, people want to take a vacation and everything,
Yep.
and I look for those.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You do come in at other times.
because,
Yeah.
I enjoy doing this. So yeah,
So you're part of the crew that really has to be trained well, that everybody's kind of in their positions and they work together in a team. So even though we put out an SOS, those go to the 200 kind of core volunteers,
Yes.
right? Not so much the 2,000
yeah, the people,
folks.
because you wouldn't, you know, when you're in a bind because someone has, for whatever reason, can't be here,
Yeah.
you don't want to have to train them.
Yeah, no, we don't have to train them, but also
Yeah.
you need to come in and know
able
what
to
the
step right
systems
in.
are. And
Yeah.
and that's incredibly important. So thank you for doing that.
Well, and thank you for all you do.
Ah,
I'm happy to help out.
yeah, again, 6,000 families that's because of the community. So it's the community supporting with food, but it's the community, like the great volunteers like you, that make all the difference. So
Thank you.
Thank you, Julaine.
Thank you.